welcome to Relationships at Work, the Employee Experience and Workplace Culture podcast. My name is Russel Lolacher. I am going to be the host of this thing. And welcome to the introductory episode of the podcast, that episode that tells you what you can expect from here on out, basically. So what is this podcast? This podcast is all about, as it says, the employee experience and workplace culture. I've been fascinated by how people interact, how people connect, for better or for worse, in a workplace environment. I really focused on customer service for a really long time, and it never came from a place of being fanatical about customers. It came from a place of empathy and compassion for how we treat each other. That has always been the root of my love for communication, relationship building, trust building, and I always hated when people were mistreated or ignored or just treated badly, and the impacts and the long-term impacts that can have on people. Employee experience certainly was one that wasn't getting as highlighted as it should. I did a Google search not too long ago of books that focus on the employee experience, and I'll tell you, not as many as, say, customer experience. There's always an easier point to customer equal money rather than really focusing on the people that actually do the work that creates that atmosphere for customers and for them to become loyal to your organization. So I know there's a lot of people out there that do brilliant things about employee experience, but I wanted to sort of carve out my own little piece over here with you to learn from smart people, to dig into topics. So what can you expect episode to episode? Well, I'm going to invite some people I know and people I don't know who are pretty darn brainy, and I want to pick those brains around particular topics. There'll be topics anything from plain language to negativity to introducing a podcast to inspire engagement. Or maybe it's about, I don't know, what do I have lined up? I've got one coming up as well about playing games at work and the idea of theory around games and how they can make your next meeting a hell of a lot more useful and enjoyable. So I want to learn as much as I want to help you learn, maybe think a little differently, maybe connect some dots that might work for you. Not everything's going to work, and because just like every environment, every workplace is different, not everything is going to work for everybody, but it might help you get to where you do want to go. Now, episodes will be those, but there will also be episodes in between those. It'll be a little bit shorter, and it'll be more about me sharing research or articles that I want to bring to your attention that I think will be of value. I may invite others on as we dig into that research or articles, or I might just be talking myself, just sharing what I know, my experience, and helping you from my standpoint. So hopefully that is of interest to you. I'm also going to highlight some of the work we're doing, Instagram, blogging. I have Relationships at Work blog that I've been very active on for over a decade. It is shifting from customer service more into the employee workplace, social media, public engagement standpoint, but I hope you'll join me there as well. Language will be used. There will be the odd fucking shit and so forth. And the reason is because I want people to be able to express themselves and be themselves. Sometimes at work, things aren't just messed up, they're fucked. And I don't want to have a guest or myself worry and tiptoe around, ooh, I might offend somebody. I'm sorry, we're adults here, right? So it's not going to be a explicit podcast, but expect some salty language from here and then, truthfully, because just that's how humans communicate, and that's how I communicate, and I want to be comfortable as I want you to be comfortable. So I will wrap up this introductory episode by saying thank you for listening. Thank you for being supportive. I can't do this without you, or I'm just sitting in a room by myself talking, which technically I am right now. But I'd like to, build some connections with you as well as my audience, as people that are as passionate and as interested in those human workplace connections as I am. If you're enjoying the podcast, please take the time to do a rating and perhaps a subscription. Yeah, that'd be great, to say what you feel and how you feel about the podcast and how it's helped you. Stuff like that really helps in the directories and gets me a little bit more noticed. I'm not going to tell you how that works because nobody really knows, but any feedback is good feedback, and I want to get better at this because then I can provide a better product for you. How's that? Ready to go on this little relationship journey with me? I'm excited. I've already talked to quite a few people about this, and they're eager to be on the podcast and eager to share what they know, and I'm eager to share it with you. So again, my name is Russel Lolacher. You can find me at the Facebook group Relationships at Work, or on Instagram Relationships at Work, or on Twitter at Russ, RUSSLOL. Yes, there's a lot of pressure to be funny with that last name. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you more.